Hey guys, welcome to Crossroads 1010. Okay, so I know we're talking about sales and pyramids and dodging the illusion, but there is another group that comes to mind. And mainly this morning, it was one of those things where I was like, you know what, I just got to talk this out. And that is the church. Okay, first of all, there are horrible things that are happening in America. Whatever side of the spectrum you are on, you have to admit it is more divided. It is harder out here in these streets. There are more and more things that occur that you just don't expect to turn on the television and see. And seeing a woman being unalived by government agents that's trying to drive away, and however you want to spin it, um, you you the fact that we're still having this debate 24 hours, and some of us like myself belong indirectly to a denomination that can't even make a statement because they too scared that they'll stir up the politics, because those that sit high on the pyramid want to make sure they keep their comfortable positions and don't ruffle anybody's feathers. Okay, well then go into sales, but why are you a church leader anyway? So once again, thank you for Crossroads 1010. I call myself the agent whisperer, but at the same time, sometimes I just whisper about a lot of stuff. And right now, it is the church. Give you a little bit about my background. I've pretty much served the church for past 20 years in some capacity. For the past 12 years, I've been a little bit more of an itinerant preacher, traveling across my state, preaching to different denominations, conservative, liberal. Bottom line is, I am crazy about talking about the divine God, but at times I have been turned off by the church. So I have transformed into the person that I am now through tests, through trials. I left my ordination process last year, which they had me jumping through hoops, basically to please the person at the top. And as much as I talk about sales, I realized it wasn't much difference between sales and the church. It's just what you selling. So I'm not here to tear down the church today, but I am here because I always like to see people liberated and free in their mind, their thought, their spirit, their process. But it's something about religion. I tell you, it's better than any type of illusion, because the religion is supposed to be built on an invisible God, but it's manipulated a lot of times by a visible man or woman, right? And in my particular denomination, you always fall in line. You're supposed to fall in line regardless of what you see. So this morning, I'm like, it's 2026. Who am I holding back for? I'm like, can somebody make a statement? Can somebody check their nonprofit status, because they pretty much can collecting or keeping a tax-free status and teaching absolutely nothing except for how to merge, how to promote in a position, and how to release one and go on to something else, right? It's just disheartening, and I've been watching this since 2024. People are hurting. People are struggling in these streets, trying to get jobs, trying to keep jobs, trying to put food on the table. Childcare is now um, on the chopping block. So, and education. So, there's so many things. Insurance rates are going up. As I know as an agent, everything is going up. The cost of housing, the cost of living, the cost of breathing, everything is going up. And the bottom line is, my belief, and the reason that I come on here is I believe that there's power in the people. I believe it's power in the masses. But we need to break the illusions. We need to stop following people obediently and not asking questions. We need to stop throwing ourselves down like carpets and letting people walk all over us when we're given wisdom. We're given a mind, body, and soul. So let's just use it. Let's just make the proper decisions. Let's just ask the proper questions. And most of all, let's leave places that are no longer serving us in 2026. The illusion of 2025 doesn't hold water anymore. All right. That's it. That's what I'm going to say for today. And we'll have further discussions as time goes on. But thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. And just because we swim with sharks don't mean that we have to be part of their school. Have a good day, guys.